Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, Asante Mr. Pick Six Samuel, two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, all-pro record-breaking cornerback, and the last cornerback to intercept 50 interceptions during the 16-game season era. How are we doing out there tonight, man? Monday night vibes, man. Let's have some fun. Let's entertain each other. Hey, man, y'all talk to us and we talk back, man. We salute, man. Salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It's good vibes, man. Y'all know, y'all know on Twitter, man, X World. I'm just a professional shit talker. You know, don't mind me. Just enjoy the ride and don't be so sensitive. If you follow me on X, man, we just having fun, man. Don't take everything so serious. That's just how I talk. I don't mean, any ill will towards anyone, that's my fun. That's my way of entertaining myself, So y'all just chill, sit back, enjoy the ride, man. Hopefully we bring y'all a great show tonight, man. We here to entertain, inform, and let y'all know what's new, what's important, and a lot of other things that we have to address in this live, you know what I mean? So let me bring on my co-host for the night, 2-3 Drees. How are we doing out there tonight, man? 2-3 Drees.
You talking about entertaining? The Twitter definitely be entertaining, man.
I be going ham, man. Listen, just imagine me at practice like you see me on Twitter or X. Yeah. I am the same exact way at practice. I'm telling y'all, that's my entertainment now, man. X is my entertainment. I like to have fun. Strike some conversations and make it a debate. Why not? Co-host having a little trouble with his charger, man. So we're gonna get that straight. He's gonna come back on strong. But yeah, man, tonight we're gonna talk about a little Keon Coleman and Shedeur Sanders, man, and what is at stake after the NFL draft, the expectations, along with some other things, man. The NFL Combine just took place, and the best player in this draft, man, I don't know, man. It's a lot of players doing put up some big numbers at the NFL Combine. There's a lot of records being broken. I mean, every position set records, man. I was impressed by the tight end position. At the tight end, man, they're running 4.3s. 4.6s, like nothing, man. So, even quarterbacks was running. But yeah, man, we're trying to wait for 2-3 Drees to come back, man. And it's a lot to talk about. Like I said, man, Combine, we are what? We're less than a month away? No, man, we about a couple of months away. Month and a half, man. How y'all doing out there, chat? How y'all doing, man? How do y'all feel about me on X? Man, y'all have a conversation with me about X. And how do y'all feel? Do y'all take me seriously? Of course, I'm speaking some truth, and I'm having fun trolling at the same time. But at the same time, I'm just having fun. If y'all want to talk some crap, talk it. I talk it back, man. That's what I like to do, man. So salute to everybody out there, man. Once again, I appreciate y'all, man. We are still trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, sometimes, Joanna say sometimes it's entertainment. I know sometimes I go a little too hard, and that's when Coach Andy Reid would send Veach, I can't think of his name, the general manager for the Kansas City Chiefs. He would send him over there, man. Tell Asante to calm down a little bit. He's a little too hype. He's getting a little too crunk out here, so we need him to tone it down a little bit. And that's how it was, honestly, man, for me. So that's how I have fun. I entertain myself. The bullseye is always on my back because I like to hold myself accountable. Life is about accountability, man. If you ain't around people that like to hold themselves accountable, I don't know what to tell you. You hanging around the wrong people in the world, man. So we're going to get this show started tonight. Like I said, my co-host, man, is having a little issues with his charger. But, man, y'all know about Keon Coleman, the Bills' 2024 first-round draft pick, man. He's had an up-and-down career so far, 2 years and heading into his NFL career. And the expectations hasn't been met yet for the young man. But he has some good news. Good news for Keon Coleman, man. Like I said, his career looked like it didn't stand a chance. He looked like he didn't stand a chance making NFL, but now he has some good news, But first of all, Keon Coleman's biggest issue that I've seen from the young man is his work ethic. Your work ethic takes you a long, long way in the NFL. You have to be able to work as hard as your talent speaks, you know? And it's never good when a player has a horrible work ethic. And Keon Coleman, man, Keon Coleman is one of those players. From what I've seen, you know, his work ethic isn't up to par as a professional, and just not just a professional athlete, just professional, period. But for Keon Coleman coming out of college, you know, he showed tons of ability to make tough catches, you know, those tough athletic catches consistently. And that's pretty much what made the Buffalo Bills interested in him, his ability to make those down the field, tough, acrobatic catches. And, you know, that looked like it would be a good fit for Josh Allen to help, you know, him in his offense. And, you know, they need receivers. But, you know, the talent that they saw in college isn't carrying over to the NFL. He has shown signs at times that he will make a nice play here and there, but he hasn't shown the ability to do it over and over consistently, being a first-round pick. You understand what I'm saying? Keon Coleman hasn't showed it over and over consistently, being a first-round pick. There we go, baby. How we doing, man?
How's
Keon Coleman, man, and Keon Coleman, man, and like I said, Keon Coleman, he's got some good news. We talked about Keon Coleman possibly being a bust, or basically being a bust as a first-round pick, heading into the NFL, and now he has got some good news, man. He has some good news, and I was talking to the chat and the audience about, you know, the lack of professionalism that I see coming from Keon Coleman the most is his work ethic, right? The ability to work hard at the NFL level, right? And we don't really see, you don't understand, or you can't really see the backstory of each player. But when you see a situation like Keon Coleman and what he's done on the field, man, it's right there in our face. You know what I mean? But I was telling the audience, man, Keon Coleman, he's known for making acrobatic catches down the field, man. He's that's what the Buffalo Bills drafted him for, you know, to pair up with Josh Allen and hopefully take that offense over the top. But things haven't panned out the way, I guess, whoever drafted Keon Coleman, you know, it hasn't panned out the way they planned it to, right? And he hasn't shown the signs of being he hasn't shown the signs that he should have been a first-round pick. So, Joe Brady, the new head coach for the Buffalo Bills. He is the person who sees something in Keon Coleman, you know what I mean? In which he is willing to go to bat for Keon Coleman and keep him around in Buffalo. I guess as long as he can. You know, Joe Brady, the new head coach, you know, he hopes to bring the best out of Keon Coleman if he is going to be a part of the team, you know.
Hey, if you seen earlier, like when the all season first started, the general, not the general manager, but the owner was saying like that wasn't my pick, talking about Keon Coleman. So I guess, you know, Joe Brady was on his coaching staff, so that probably been his guy the whole time inside the draft.
Right. Yeah. So the evidence is coming out, and Joe Brady, he is the one that went to bat for Keon Coleman. Maybe everybody knew that Keon Coleman work ethic would be an issue heading into the NFL, but Joe Brady saw something different, and he wanted to go to bat for Keon Coleman and bring him to Buffalo. Obviously, for obvious reasons, you know, he's a part of the offense, and Josh Allen needs a big play receiver. So let's get into this article. You know, let's get into it. Bills, Joe Brady reveals fiery message to Keon Coleman immediately after becoming head coach. Brady, who admitted he was the Bills' main advocate for Coleman at the 2024 NFL draft, said the 22-year-old was one of his first calls after receiving the promotion. The first-year head coach revealed that he told Coleman he is the best thing to happen to him, and he is committed to reviving his career in 2026. That is a big deal, man. Y'all don't understand as a player trying to find himself in the NFL to have a coach ready to go and ready and willing to go to bat for you. It means a lot to a lot of players, man. You just can't take it for granted. You know, Joe Brady says, I stood on the table for Keon Coleman, Brady said on CBS Sports. I told Keon as soon as I got hired, look, man, the best thing happened to you. You is me. He said the best thing happened to you. Wait, man, what's going on with me? Look, man, the best thing to happen to you is me being your head coach. The faith I have in you, we're going to make it work together. I know the quarterback has the confidence in him. And he's talking about Josh Allen. Said there's a lot of pressure that comes with being the top pick, and I'm understanding of that. But I'm also understanding that I was the one that wanted him. And I'm going to do everything I can to work with him to make it work. He has all the talent. When you see him out there and he's making plays, good things happen. I love him, and I want the best for him. Hey, clap it up for Joe Brady, man. Clap it up for Joe Brady,
So
man.
he is the one.
He is the one. He is the one. He is the one that brought was pretty much the deciding factor for Keon Coleman coming and being a Buffalo Bill. And now he needs to make this draft pick pan out, you know. But also, he's also telling Keon Coleman he is blessed that he became the head coach. Otherwise, his days in Buffalo are numbered or would have been numbered. You know what I mean?
Not even in Buffalo, but his chances overall, because once the word got out, he missing games because his disciplinary problems and stuff like that. Word spreads like nobody not gonna give him a chance. But now he got that chance.
Word spreads around fast in the NFL, and like Dre said, man, other team would instantly know the issue that was going on with Keon Coleman, and that would pretty much put blackball him or put a stigma to his name. And teams would be scared to make him a quality pick for the team or a pickup in free agency, a trade, or whatever. And they would rather wait till he's not a quality pick, someone the team doesn't have to invest much time or guarantee money into. You know what I mean? But I like Keon Coleman. And I do see that he has tons of ability, but he was never a big producing wide receiver in his college days. He was only a top pick because of his ability to make those tough acrobatic catches on deep passes. And that's what piqued the Buffalo Bills' interest in picking Keon Coleman, And I believe Keon Coleman got away with being a really good player, a really good athlete, just off of talent alone and no discipline. There's a lot of players that make it all the way to the promised land, but can't seize the moment because they're used to thriving off of just the talent and ability alone, and they haven't been used to the discipline, make someone forcing and making them work hard, and that's what I see in Keon Coleman. The young dude, man, y'all see, man, we love him, man. We love his energy. He's very entertaining. He's fun to watch and all of those things, But after Keon Coleman entered the NFL, he found out, his talent alone wasn't good enough. So now when that happens to a player, they instantly try to adjust because they're confused and they don't understand what's happening because their entire life, their entire career, they got away with their talent alone and making it. And right now, Keon Coleman is trying to figure things out, right? And to be honest, time isn't on his side, but he does have the coach on the side, And talent will only take you so far without work ethic, man. Without work ethic to back it up, if you just rely on talent alone, that's when you see players become just another guy.
We gotta see his response though. We see the coach got his back. We gotta see if he's gonna be able to step up to the plate and put that work in and not just try to go off that natural talent again. And just because the coach got his back, don't try to, somebody like these younger players are like baby. You know that, we all know that. So don't try to baby him. Make sure he work hard and become that receiver that Joe Brady seen from the beginning.
That's
But it's up to him. It's up to him. He got to decide.
It's up to Keon Coleman. He has the size, he has the ability. You know, he has the size, he has the ability. But for Keon Coleman, his issue becomes when it's time to create separation. When it's man-to-man coverage and they're up in his face, press coverage, and it's not just a go ball or a post or a pass 30 yards down the football field. You know, he got to get open on 3rd and 5 in the intermediate areas, you know, around the linebackers. And, you know, just up in the intermediate area. That's where he had the issue at. And, you know, it's fun for receivers just to go deep, right? And just run deep, throw the ball up, and give them an advantage to, you know, have more of an advantage to come down with the deep passes because they're seeing the football rather than the cornerback seeing the football. And, yeah, that's cool. But when it's time to earn your money, get open on a slant when it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5, and man-to-man coverage, that's where Keon Coleman lacks in the NFL or his abilities. But that's something, you know, a little work ethic. Joe Brady installing that mindset of being a great player, you know, things can change. Like I said, I like Keon Coleman. He has a lot of ability. And I think he can overcome this situation that is transpiring, you know, with him concerning his work ethic and things like that. I like him, man. I like him.
Yeah,
he's a young man. He's a young man.
You're a believer right now, man. They give him more confidence. He hear this, he's gonna boost his confidence even more, man. They put that work in, be like, all right, they believe in me. I got this. Yeah, there it is.
That's what, like you said, man. You know, like during the season, you know, I was hard on Keon Coleman, and I called him a bust, right? I called him a bust. But like we're seeing and we're talking about, Joe Brady he's as a new head coach. He was the one responsible for drafting him. So we'll see how that goes. You know, things can change, right? And I remember Chris Carter, man, and I gave Chris Carter hell, you know, talking about Ocho Cinco, but he was in Philadelphia at first, and things didn't pan out. He had a lot of issues and up and downs, trying to adjust to the NFL, the fame, the money, and he, you know, had to deal with an addiction. And then he left Philadelphia Eagles, realized that his journey to the NFL could possibly be over with if he didn't get his mind right. And what did you know? It became a great success story. Got to the Minnesota Vikings, became a mentor to Randy Moss, and, you know, built the Hall of Fame career and known as the best hands in football, you know, as well as one of the best route runners. So things, you know, you can overcome your deficiencies in the NFL or as a professional if you have the right team and the right circumstances around you. And if Joe Brady went to bat for him, hopefully that's the situation. But we only time will tell. But here we go, man. After 2 seasons, Keon Coleman, here is his career stats. Here are his career stats after 2 seasons. Keon Coleman hasn't reached 1,000 yards receiving after 2 seasons. That's not good. That's not good. And like I said, it shows that he wants to get the football deep. That's his thing, you know. It's like, man, he'll make some plays, man. And every now and then, you know, you throw it up. Anybody can. Any wide receiver can, basically. You know what I mean? And like I said, if he can't create separation in man-to-man coverage, it's going to be hard for him to pan out. There's only so much offensive coordinator can do to get wide receivers open and force the football to them. And that's when you see wide receivers get frustrated. That's what I see in DK Metcalf all the time. When he's in man-to-man coverage and those bigger cornerbacks, Patrick Surtain, Joey Porter Jr. are up in his face, and they putting them hands on him because he can't get off the line of scrimmage and create separation, get real frustrated. And they don't know how to overcome what is happening to them. So they just get frustrated, act like they want to fight, and that's what happens, you know?
Hey, man, Josh Allen was MVP one of those seasons too, and not to have 1,000 yards is like in 17 games is crazy.
And for me, 1,000 yards is not the 1,000 yards it used to be back in the days when you was playing 15 and 16 games. Now we're playing 17 and 18 games, and you still don't have 1,000 yards receiving after 2 seasons, you know?
And your quarterback was MVP of
And
the
your
league.
quarterback, like you said, was MVP of the league. That was, obviously you wasn't a part of the equation, and your quarterback wasn't too fond of your childishness. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
to be honest, Keon Coleman numbers haven't changed pretty much since college. Like we said, with more games in the NFL, he's still
Mhm.
putting up pretty much the same amount of production he did in college. Like I said, that's not good at all. You playing about 5, 6, or 7 more games, and you're putting up pretty much the same numbers you did when they drafted you.
I
But
think this is.
hopefully, huh?
No, I'm saying this might be the last straw right here. Joe Brady put his all behind him, and then he come up short again. It might be it for him. I
Yeah,
don't
it
think
definitely
nobody. I
will
don't think
be it.
nobody's gonna give him a chance.
Yeah, I mean, you will be a journeyman after that, man. You don't want to make it to that point in your career where you become a journeyman and you're hoping that people give you an opportunity, and you have a chance to make the NFL or make a team. When you become a journeyman, you might not even have a chance to make the team. You're just there to practice and be a body for the organization during training camp. So you got to watch out, man. You don't want to make it to that to that part of your career too early. If you're trying to steal some years later on, and get year 13 and 14, get a little more insurance money, some severance pay. You know what I mean?
He was first round. I can't remember. He was first round.
Yeah, he was first
First.
round. He was a late first rounder. The Buffalo Bills. He came out of nowhere, man. Like I said, he was in Florida State. He had transferred from Michigan State, but I remember watching Florida State and wondering who this guy was, right? Because he was a talent that came out of nowhere, and I wasn't familiar with him. And boom, man, I was impressed. I took a liking to him, and then I found out his personality and his backstory behind him, and seeing how serious he took the game, and it wasn't up to par, But
Right.
Joe Brady, man, we got faith in you, Joe Brady. Make this Keon Coleman, make him become a number 1 receiver for Josh Allen, man, and teach him how to run routes, man. Teach him how to get open. That's the main thing. He needs to learn how to create separation and understand every pass isn't going to go deep and expect you to make a great acrobatic catch. You got to beat the coverage and get open. That's the name of the game in NFL, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see. How we doing? And make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. And hype it up, man. Hype it up. We got Shedeur Sanders coming up next, man. I forget to tell y'all. Hype it up. Like, comment, subscribe. Get us to 100K, man. So we could take over the game. And, everybody have
Let's do it.
Let's
go.
Us, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go, man. Keep climbing, man. We need more people in the chat. We got to grow the live for when the season starts. Man, we saying what needs to be said, and we got a lot to talk about. So, Shedeur Sanders, man. Man, as always, Shedeur Sanders is something. It's always an update when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Even in the offseason, right after the season just ended, his team hasn't even made it to the playoffs, and Shedeur Sanders is still making headlines because he has that it factor, He has that it factor. He's a star regardless of his situation, And that's a good thing. Some people may look at it bad, and obviously, people always are going to have something to say negatively, right? When you're of a certain status. But this Kevin Stefanski guy, man, Kevin Stefanski, he's blowing my mind, man. And like, hey, when things aren't going so good, you lose your job and things, you have a different mindset of how you express your feelings and things like that. So Kevin Stefanski, all of a sudden, he's expressing his love for Shedeur Sanders. Can you believe this?
The love.
His love for Shedeur Sanders. Man. How much he enjoyed or loved coaching Shedeur Sanders. After putting Shedeur through a horrible experience his rookie season and basically telling Shedeur Dylan Gabriel was a better quarterback than him, he's telling the world how much he loves Shedeur Sanders. How much
I cannot believe it.
Coaching Shedeur Sanders.
I cannot believe it. The guy, he barely said his name. What you mean?
He would barely say his name when it was time to say his name, he would just say the quarterback.
The rookie quarterback.
It took him to the end of the season to finally confidently say Shedeur Sanders. It took him really like week 13, 12 to 13 to start really saying the man name. Honestly, man. But I don't see Kevin Stefanski as a person that has dislike for people, right? He's not a person that goes around. I don't see him as a person that goes around just having ill will towards people. I don't like this person or that person. I don't see Kevin Stefanski as that person, you know. But he seems like the type of guy that gets along with everyone. But his love for Dylan Gabriel, it overrided everything. It even overrided him having the number one objective for the Cleveland Browns, and that was to win games. His love for Dylan Gabriel overrided everything that was supposed to transpire. He wasn't worried about winning games when it came to Dylan Gabriel. And like I said, his love for Dylan Gabriel, it was just basically too much for the Shedeur Sanders to have a fair and unbiased competition. Y'all see that title? Kevin Stefanski reveals true feeling on Shedeur Sanders at the Browns fire. Why does it take so long? Why, after you got fired by the Cleveland Browns, now you have to reveal your true feeling? Kevin Stefanski, I love Shedeur, Stefanski said. I love coaching him. Seriously. He got the right makeup for this game. He was wired the right way. I wish that we won more, obviously, but if you saw how he played down the stretch, I mean, he's a young player that's getting better. Sanders took over for fellow rookie Dylan Gabriel, summing up the oddity of the task Stefanski had. The Browns drafted Dylan Gabriel in the third round, then Sanders in the fifth. They also began the season with veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. And also, the Browns have 2 first-round picks, an early second-round pick, the 39th pick. With the 24th pick, they have, or the 39th one, they could definitely go for Ty Simpson, a one-year college starter. The Alabama prospect has expressed his interest of joining the team, which brought in head coach Todd Monken this offseason. Simpson says Monken is a family friend, increasing the likelihood that they'll work together in Cleveland. Man, this is some big news to me, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good? You good? You hear me? Yeah, we'll bring him back. He's having a little trouble, man. But yeah, like I said, man, now Ty Simpson, man, he's into the conversation, man. And reports like I just read, man, is suggesting that he might end up in Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns could select him with the top pick in this coming draft. And like I just read, after hearing that he's a family friend, Todd Monken, it's a good chance that the pressure might get to Todd Monken or do a favor for whoever it may be and draft Ty Simpson, you know? And this is news to me. But the NFL community is a small community, you know, and it makes it possible for future NFL players and future coaches to cross paths on this journey, you know, to trying to make it to the NFL. And I recently heard Shady on Speakeasy over there, man, and he was saying that it would be good for Shedeur if the Cleveland Browns drafted Ty Simpson. And I have to say, I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree with the Cleveland Browns drafting any quarterback, period, this season, unless he is going to be the franchise quarterback, no ifs, ands, buts about it. Win, lose, or draw with this next quarterback. Other than that, I totally disagree. And it will only make things worse if the Cleveland Browns draft Ty Simpson and leave Shedeur. I don't know, man. It would be crazy, man. It would be crazy if they drafted him, you know? It would only make things worse, man, for Shedeur. You know, and we know that regardless of how and what way they were talking about they would use Ty Simpson, it would only make things worse for Shedeur trying to prove that he could be QB number one. You know what I mean? But Todd Monken is starting to make me feel like he's another Kevin Stefanski. He's a easygoing pushover type of guy. And we need Todd Monken to be more of an authoritarian as a head coach compared to Kevin Stefanski was, you know? And that's what it's starting to sound like for me. There we go, Drees, we back?
I think so. I think we back.
Yeah, man. You all over the place, man. Yeah, man. You got to get you a charger, brother. Yeah, man. So we on this Shedeur Sanders segment, man, and I don't know how much you heard or what you how much you've been on this live, but like I said, man, it's crazy that after all this time, Kevin Stefanski had to come out after being fired by the Cleveland Browns and express his love and gratitude, how much he enjoyed coaching Shedeur Sanders after being fired, you know? And it was like, man, where was this energy at when you was right there able to praise him, big him up, give him the confidence he need as he was trying to win a job, you know? Where was this confidence at?
Man, he just trying to start off good with his new team, man. Trying to show he a positive guy, that he love all his people. That's what it is. He trying to put it out there.
That's what it boils down to, right?
He's trying to show you, yeah, I love everybody on my team. I give everybody a fair shot. So you come out here and play hard for me. That's what that was. That message is more so for his team that he on down than it was for the love of Shedeur.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's starting to sound like, man, we're headed for another year full of quarterback controversy. And of course, it starts Shedeur Sanders. And it probably will be Ty Simpson along with Deshaun Watson if things go the way we're speaking about in this
Ty Simpson.
Oh, you haven't heard?
They thinking about drafting him?
Man, let me update. Let me update the co-host because he missed out on this, man. Says this is let me go back to you. It say the Browns have 2 first-round picks and an early second-round 39th pick. With the 24th pick, they have on the 39th, with the 24th pick they have, or the 39th one, they could definitely go for Ty Simpson, a 1-year college starter. The Alabama prospect himself has expressed interest in joining the team, which brought in head coach Todd Monken this offseason. Simpson says Monken is a family friend, increasing the likelihood they'll work together. So I don't know how much more there is to say that the chances and the likelihood that the Cleveland Browns select Ty Simpson is very high, you know? It's very high.
They love quarterbacks, man. I don't know, man.
And it's like I don't, like I said, man, the only thing I don't see anything coming out of drafting Ty Simpson. It's only going to make the quarterback situation in Cleveland much, much worse.
Who would have thought that'd be possible to make that worse?
much worse. But yeah, I mean, what is Ty Simpson? How much can he contribute in one season? He's been a 1-year starter, only been Alabama for 4 seasons, started 1 season, and you expect him to come in the NFL and do what? You what if you sit him out of season? You want to sit him out of season and let him learn and grow and become a quarterback by sitting out and that's just going to be his path to the NFL? If they draft him and decide to sit him out for a season, guess what happens? If Shedeur and Deshaun Watson don't win or have a winning season, and the Cleveland Browns end up with a top 5, top 10 pick, the Cleveland Browns are going to draft Arch Manning. There is no doubt about it. Jim Havson already gave the indications that they are going to draft Arch Manning if the opportunity presents itself, you know? So it makes no sense to me to see the Cleveland Browns draft Ty Simpson. And like I said, I don't know if you heard me, Dries, unless you're going to draft a for sure guaranteed franchise quarterback that they're going to stick right, they're going to throw him right in the starting role and day one and keep him there for at least 3 seasons. It doesn't make any sense to draft a quarterback or bring another quarterback into this equation.
Man,
the best bet is deal with the quarterback in this quarterback situation that they have on hand now. Get the best out of it and see if one of those quarterbacks can maintain the starting role. And if they don't, then you have the confidence heading into the next draft as we need a quarterback and we need to make a move. That's how I see it.
For real, man. This the first time in history where all starting offensive linemen is free agents. You got 3 picks in the top 40. You gotta you can make some moves with that. Either you can trade one of those picks and get a good sturdy lineman, or you can draft some young studs. Man, you better use it correctly and don't waste it on no more quarterbacks.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I always told y'all, man, and then you see the media and the mainstream media starting to pick it up and have the same tune and say what needs to be said. And you have to build that team from the inside out. All those athletic and sexy players at those at the athletic positions, at wide receiver, running back, quarterback, cornerback, free safety, and all those things. Yes, you need those players, but you need the role players. You need those players in the trenches where if things aren't going right, we know we can be physical and outman you. So that's what's going to happen in this draft, because the lack of talent is terrible out there. It's not good at all. But if you didn't hear me as well, before you got off the live and you had some technical difficulties, right? Deshaun McCoy Shady said it would only bring out the best in Shedeur if they drafted Ty Simpson. And he was saying basically that don't worry about them drafting Ty Simpson because that's going to make you better, meaning Shedeur. And I was like, I completely disagree with that, because that's only going to make the situation worse, more confusion. And there's only so much time that you have in NFL practice to be able to evaluate quarterbacks and players. And you have another situation where you have 3 quarterbacks you're trying to evaluate in one time. It's only going to make things more confusing and discombobulated.
And you wasting the opportunity where you could fill a space that you need. So that's where I disagree at, man. Is a chance where you could really fill that spot where something you actually need, instead of like a quarterback, which you already have quarterbacks available that is already in a competition for the starting job. So fill some other needs and get your team overall better. Because they definitely need to be protected. Whatever quarterback is going to be playing, they need to be protected. That should be first.
Yeah. It's possible that 2 quarterbacks be taken in the first round, but it's real tough, man. It's real tough. But Jeremiah Love, man, I like Jeremiah Love, running back from Notre Dame, man. He's looking like he's looking like the best talent coming out of the draft. And I don't know how interested these teams are taking a running back that early in the draft. But man, you got to go with the best player available in a situation like this, man. Unless it's a quarterback and you have established quarterback already. But yeah, man, Jeremiah Love, man, he's going to be a great pick for somebody, man. He's going to make a difference for sure. For sure, man. But yeah, we're going to see, man. And yeah, man, it's we had to come to y'all real quick tonight, man. A few little stories we had to talk about with Shedeur Sanders and the combine wrapping up and everything like that. Now teams have evaluated these players with all these measurables that they need to make a decision to what player can make fits their team. You know, now we're going to see who's moving up and down the board, whose stock is climbing, whose stock is falling, who's going to be the difference maker in this draft for these teams. You know, I think it's all full of crap. Yeah.
Especially with the analytics, man. The analytics be like, they just look at the analytics and try to evaluate somebody off of something. Nah, man, you gotta put them in action. You gotta go put them in action, see what he's doing in action.
Yeah. But let me check Twitter, man. Let me check Twitter one time before.
What's the I can't think of his name right now. The linebacker from Ohio State. He like he killed the combine.
Talking about not love. Styles. Sony Styles?
The Styles, yeah.
Yes,
He
the
like,
Sony Styles brother. Yeah, man.
yeah, his stock went up in the draft from this combine.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Like I say, man, y'all make sure y'all follow me on X, follow me on Twitter, man, and make sure y'all just keep entertaining, man. Make sure y'all just keep replying back. Y'all don't have to troll that much. All I get is a lot of trolls and people. That's what Twitter and X is about. You're not getting engagement unless someone wants to say, you know, they want to come for you and try to say something disparaging to make you feel a certain way. There's a bunch of faceless accounts, the people that you don't even know who they are. But regardless, man, I don't care how y'all feel about me. Just know that I'm always going to be authentic and be myself, man. That's all I know how to do, man. I got to be myself.
You ain't use your burner yet?
My burner?
Your burner account.
My burner account. I gotta start loading up my burner account, man. But yeah, man, it was fun tonight, man. So, man, it was Monday Night Vibes on your boy Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel.
It's your boy 2-3 Drees.
And we're gonna see y'all next time, man. And we are up